What's good, everybody? February 21st, this weekend, the first fight night of the year of the new Paramount era. Strickland versus Hernandez. We have a couple bangers on this card. I'm not gonna lie. We have a couple bangers. I'm not gonna predict the whole card because I would just be throwing a bunch of randoms at you, a bunch of random names. I know you don't care about it. I certainly don't care about them. I will be watching their fights. I will be commentating, and in the recap, if it's important, if they had something notable, I will be talking about it. But I'm not going to be talking about this fuck ass. Like, bro, if you're here to see the women's fight, that's the second fight of the night or whatever, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry to hear that. First fight of the night. Now, these two are two kind of randoms. You know, we got Alden Corla, fucking hell, versus Luis Garul, all right? This is one of the instances, which we will have many of on this card, where I am picking a guy to lose more than someone else to win, all right? So these guys have similar records. They have, you know, Corla has 11-3 and Garul has a 10-2 record. But Garul, he's lost his two fights recently. You know, he came into the UFC from the Contender Series. Like, all right, this guy looked good. You know, I mean, he had a split decision winning the Contender Series. You know, there's UFC nerves. Shit happens. It doesn't matter. Comes in, knocked out by Ode Osborne. Bro, you're in the flyweight division. What do you mean you get knocked out by Ode Osborne? Next, decision by Jesus Aguilar. Now, Jesus Aguilar is good. Ode Osborne's good. You know, he gave Ode Osborne gave the GOAT, what's his name? The guy that's basically bedtime MMA, right? The flyweight, whatever his name is. Erceg, fucking hell. He gave Steve Erceg a hard ass fight. Steve Erceg did manage to pull that one out. So they're not the worst losses, but you have Aiden Corla on the other side, who's coming off of 1, 2, 3, 4 wins and then one what was it, a no contest or a draw? He's coming actually from the same the Fury promotion that Luis Garul's coming from, but his first fight and his first win in the UFC against Alessandro Costa was a knockout. You know, like I have to give it to this guy who just has more momentum. He just looks better. The odds say he's the favorite. He's younger by like 3 or 4 years. You just gotta give it to him. He has a height advantage, reach advantage. It just everything adds up for his favor. So you just can't bet against him. Like, what am I supposed to do, right? Next. So anyway, let me give you guys my prediction, of course. Correa by decision. I don't think this is gonna be another knockout. Garul isn't that chinny, even if he's gotten knocked out before, he's not that chinny. He's alright. Next, Ode Osborne at the aforementioned versus Alibi Idris. Now, you guys know how much I love my Kazakhstani fighters, right? This guy, Idris or Alibi, whatever is easier for me to say, he just lost 6 months ago by triangle choke, and I was watching this fight live. He was cooking the rest of the fight. I think he was winning that fight up until that triangle choke. And again, Joseph Morales, he's a good fighter, you know, like shit happens. And this was the first loss he's ever taken in his professional career. And these guys from Kazakhstan are just elite. You know, he's 31. Ode Osborne, he's 4-1 he's 1-4 in his last 5. So, you know, he's getting cooked. And he could always pull this out the bag, like get a weird fluky submission, get a weird fluky knockout. But I like Alibi Idris. I like the place he's from. I fuck with the Kazakhstanis. I just think he has the skill advantage. And this is just something I'd pick Idris. If this was up to me and if I could determine if I could tell you, like, bet the house on one of these fighters, Alibi by submission, all right? Maybe round 2. Yeah, round 2 submission, something like that. That seems very doable for Alibi. Next. Now, another one of these fights. You guys already know. Zach Reese, my brother. I don't know who you are, genuinely. You have a couple wins in the UFC. You know, very impressive. Good job. He has a loss to Azamat Bekoev. You know, could be worse. He is 3-1-1 in his last 5. Against Michel Pereira, brother. Michel Pereira, I'm picking you to lose, brody. You're 0-3 in your last 3. You know, you're 2-3 in your last 5. Your last 3 fights, you've all lost. I believe it was a decision and 2 knockouts. What do you want me to say, right? What do you want me to say? You got actually slimed out by Anthony Hernandez, who's on this card. Pereira is one of these fighters who just like goes out, explosive, capoeira, jumping off the walls, kicking shit, punching shit, knees, flying knees, right? He just goes crazy. If you don't get knocked out by Pereira in your first round, you're getting cooked. And if you try to be patient with it, like he was against Abus, you're just gonna lose the decision. Like, I'm picking. Let me be very clear. I'm picking Michel to lose. I'm not picking Zach Reese to win. All right, this is a very important distinction. Reese by decision. I don't know what kind of power Zachary Reese got on him. I can't say with certainty. Yeah, this guy puts out Abus. This guy puts out Michel Pereira, but my brother, Pereira, it's time to go. All right, if you lose this one, retire. All right, not retire. Leave the UFC. They're gonna cut your ass. Next, Sergey Spivak versus Ante Delija. Now, we know the whole Tom Aspinall situation is going on. The heavyweight division is in shambles. This shit's fucking, it's breaking down, man. This whole division's a mess, bro. Cut the whole division. It's crazy that these are two ranked fighters that we got going on. One of them is 2-3 in the last 5, and the other one is 3-2 in the last 5. And he's got a second nipple too. Bro, I mentioned that last time I had him on here. Crazy, he had 2 nipples, bro. He's got 50% more milk production if you were to give milk, right? My fault. In this situation, again, I'm picking Sergey Spivak to lose. He's gotten submissions. He can do that, I guess. I suppose. But who was that submission against? It was Derek Lewis, and then he Marcin Tybura. Like, these are the level of guys you're killing. I think Ante Delija is higher level than those guys. He was giving Waldo Cortez Acosta a tough fight, and even, he got eye poked, and then he got knocked out. Like, it was a whole narrative, and I was like, oh my god, whatever. Like, Tom Aspinall took, like, it was a whole thing, bro. He was giving Waldo Cortez a good fight. These two guys are both, like, Waldo Cortez Acosta and Ante Delija. They're both equally shit. Okay, so they're mid. They're these kind of mid guys in the division, and Spivak loses to these mid guys. He's beat Derek Lewis and Marcin Tybura. Like I said, like these are the bottom of the barrel of the ranked heavyweights, which is basically just the whole heavyweight division. Like, who else is there outside the rankings, really? They got the new guy that was talking shit like Kobe, forget his name, and that's it. Fucking, Sergey Spivak getting knocked out. I'll say like round 1, something like that. Round 1, Ante Delija knockout against Spivak. He just don't got it. He against the I fucking hate talking about the heavyweights like this, but against the upper echelon of the heavyweights, he just doesn't have it. And upper echelon, take that term with a big grain of salt, all right? A very big grain of salt. These guys aren't upper anything except fucking upper weight class. They should go up to super heavyweight, all right? These guys don't have anything in their bag except jelly rolls. That's all it is. All right, next. Danny Gay versus Melkaziel Costa. Now, this has nothing to do with the fight, but this guy has that skin condition. I don't know what it was called, hyperpigmentation, something where it makes you lose your melanin. So if you look at this guy's profile picture on Topology, he used to be way darker skin, and he's just lost all that now. Look, he's got a spot on his cheek left. He has some under his armpits, and that's it, bro. He's losing the past slowly but surely. He's losing that shit. Anyway, I'm picking in this fight Melkaziel Costa to win and Danny Gay to lose. This is one of those fights where you think, this is the check, right? This is the gatekeeper. This is the ultimate gatekeeper of the division, Danny Gay, of the featherweight division. Hopefully, this is the last time I see his bitch ass in the rankings. But this is just what it is with Danny Gay. He comes in, he fraud checks a prospect once every 3 fights and forces the UFC to give him another contract, and then just loses 2 in a row. Last win was Sean Woodson. I did pick Danny Gay in that fight because Sean Woodson's just extra ass. He's just super long. Then he lost 2 in a row. He lost to Diego Lopez and Leron Murphy. Those are like understandable wins or understandable losses. And then he beat Andre Philly. So just like, do you belong in the top 15? Yes, you beat Danny Gay. Do you not belong in the top 15? You don't beat Danny Gay. He's just the ultimate gatekeeper. That's why I think Melkaziel Costa is on a crazy win streak. He's 25-7. This guy's younger. He's 29. He has that height advantage. He just got it, He's got it. He's got some power behind him, too. I picked him to win by decision because I just don't see anyone really finishing Danny Gay. I'm not sure if anyone has finished Danny Gay. But yeah, We got these fights coming up. Co-main event: Jeff Neal versus Uros Mej. Now, you guys know, well, you guys don't know, but you guys will know now. I'm a big fan of Jeff Neal and his style. I love how he fights. I love how he boxes. I think he's way better than his losses make him out to be. And I think he's way better than most people give him credit for. This guy has nasty boxing, nasty stand-up, has good defensive wrestling. Like, I pick him to win against a lot of the fighters he's gone against. I picked him against Carlos Prates. I picked him against... Who did I pick him against? I picked him against Ian Gary, too. I picked him against Dos Anjos, which wasn't a bad, that wasn't a hard pick to make. Dos Anjos was super washed. But honestly, the Ian Gary fight and the Carlos Prates fight, I don't think those are bad picks retrospectively, right? And it's not me coping. He's older now. He's 35. Uros Medic is 32. Uros is on a bit more of a like, he has more momentum. He's 12-3, but he has also lost 2 of his last 5. These are both kind of like inconsistent but skilled fighters, and this is just my bias taking over. But I love Neal. I have to pick him to win. He is the favorite on Topology, 185 to 160. I don't really ever pay attention to the odds because I think that doesn't do me any favors. I just think about the fight stylistically. I think Jeff Neal can outbox Medic. I don't think Medic is going to get this to the ground. I don't think he's going to want to get this to the ground, honestly. He wins most of his fights by a KO anyway. But yeah, I mean, reach advantage-wise, Jeff Neal got it. Height-wise, Uros Medic got it. So, we have that. They're kind of equal in that way because Uros Medic, he's using that hypotenuse. He's looking down on an angle, so he kind of has more reach because of his height. But Jeff Neal actually has more reach, and we're playing that game. And yeah, man, give me Jeff Neal. I'm going to get him by late KO, TKO. I'm going to get it like a round 3. Round 3 KO. That's what I'm feeling. Like up against the fence. More of a TKO than a KO because the ref has to step in. And yeah, give me Neal. Please, Neal, win this fight for me and continue fraud checking prospects. Please. I beg of you. Next, the main event. Sean Strickland versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. All right? It's this fight, man. This is the fight I think everyone's looking at wrong. Bro, Sean Strickland should be low-key the favorite in this matchup. Am I tripping? Like, stand-up wise, I haven't seen anything from Fluffy that makes me think this guy can land on Sean Strickland. Who's the guys that he's beat? He beat Roman Dolidze, who sucks. He beat Brendan Allen, who sucks striking. Michel Pereira, alright, you just have to wait till the second round or the end of the first round. Robin Kopylov, who fucking sucks, lost to Paulo Costa. Edmund Shabazian, Marc-Andre Barriou. Like, none of these guys make me think, oh yeah, this guy's a striking savant. You have to be good as fuck or super physical at striking to land on Sean. Like, or you have to catch him by surprise, I guess. I mean, early in his career, he got, oh, not early. Early in his career, he got knocked out by Usman. Then, a couple years ago, he got knocked out by Pereira, but like, it happens. Like, Pereira only has to land on you one time. Sean could have outstruck Pereira if that fight went on longer. Maybe if he was a bit more cautious. And other than that, bro, he beat Izzy. He beat he jabbed and teeped Costa to a split decision. He almost, like, low-key beat Dricus in that first fight. I'm not going to lie. I had it for Dricus. I say it for the narrative. But still, it was a great fight. You just have to out-physicality him, right? And that's not something that I see happening with Hernandez. I think Hernandez is going to try to push him with the cardio like he does with everyone. But Sean Strickland has that cardio. That's literally his bag. What does Sean Strickland have if not cardio? Let's be for real. Sean Strickland, jab, teep, the fucking slapping right hand, maybe a low kick. Oh, fucking flying side kick, last 10 seconds of the fight. I think this is going to be a technical, kind of boring masterclass from Sean. And we're going to see once again this guy be thrust into the title picture. Maybe Chimaev will finally take a fight if Sean Strickland is there, for the grabbing. These guys have fought before, like Sean Strickland and Chimaev, so they have some history. They fought like in the gym. They used to be gym mates, and Chimaev left. There was a whole thing, whatever. They have their beef. But yeah, man, going back to this fight, I think Sean Strickland really has it against Fluffy. I think he should definitely not be, what is he, a 2-3, like a 2-1, no, 3-1 favor, something like that? What are the odds on Topology? 210 underdog versus 250 favorite. It's crazy, man. Bro, Hernandez is only 2 years younger. Strickland's still in his prime. I consider 34 your prime still for a middleweight division. Strickland's taller, has a slight reach advantage. I don't know, man. The only two losses recently that Sean has taken was like a weird split decision to Cannonier, which is like, all right, we don't really count that. And then two losses to Dricus. First fight he almost got that. Second fight he came in injured, super injured. I don't know what it was. Was it the shoulder or something? I don't know, man. Like I just don't see anything on Hernandez's resume that tells me, yeah, man, this guy got it. This guy's gonna out physicality, out cardio, out strike Sean. The only chance Fluffy has is getting him down and submitting him. And when's the last time we've seen that happen? Sean Strickland's fought everybody, bro. Submission guys, striking guys, fucking wrestlers. Like, he's fought everyone and he's been chilling. That's just what I think. Like, styles-wise, these guys are just going to clash in that way. And I don't see it going well for Fluffy, man. For the division, it would be better that Fluffy wins this. Gets on with the division. Some people say he's a hard matchup for Chimaev. But man, I think Sean Strickland takes it. I think he takes it, man. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think of this main event? Does Sean Strickland take this fight? Is it Fluffy? Am I tripping for picking a 210 underdog? On some sports books, it says 3-1 favorite, so it's kind of crazy. What do you guys think? Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go buy a lamp. Thank you.